Good morning. Good morning. I am Shauna Monique, the founder of Fleet Fitness by Shauna and the creator of the Body Flow Method. And it is Friday, January 17th. I'm not sure about you, but it is the stillness of the morning for me. It is stillness that settles the spirit, especially early in the morning before the house wakes up, right? Before the streets wake up. All right, so let's get started. Today's question of the day is, why do humans more quickly see what's wrong than what's right? Why do we as humans more quickly see what's wrong than what's right? The title of today's lesson text is called Taking Notice, and it is from Job 41 through 14, verses 1 through 14. The verse for today is Job 38 and 4, which says, "Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand." And this is the Lord speaking to Job. And we know the story of Job, who was a rich man, and he sustained all this suffering seemingly all at one time. And he was sick, and his people told him to curse God and just go. Anyway, we're not going to get too far. Scripture is, "Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand." Right? I love the way the Lord speaks to Job, just as he speaks to us, just in a very practical sense. Like, who do you think you are? Right? Okay, so let's focus in our mind on the word for today. Take notice. Perhaps wondering what we're going to talk about, and what are some ways, what are some things that you take notice of? Why do we take notice of things that's wrong more than what's right? Okay, so let's focus in, settle in our heart and mind today. Taking a deep breath in and releasing. Breathing in, allowing the breath to find its way in our heart, and release. Letting that breath sink deeper into the belly as the belly expands with the goodness of God's grace and His mercy that we made it to another day, a day we have never seen before, and we're so grateful. Allowing the shoulders to soften. As we tap it into the parasympathetic nervous system with a deep breath in and release. Thanking God for a new day and His grace and His mercy. They cover us, they cover us, they cover our family, they cover and goes before us, right? Grace and mercy follows us. So wherever we're going, it's going to go ahead of us and pave the way. All right? God's grace and His mercy. Take notice. All right, so biologically, our brain is wired for survival. And the brain's job is to notice patterns. Its job is to protect us. So if you have a negative thought, your brain's job is to is to match your energy. That's your brain's job. Your brain's job is to find exactly what you say you're looking for. right? So if you say red car, red car, red car, your brain is going to start looking for all the red cars, right? If you say I'm not worthy, oh I'm so ugly, oh I'm, all the negative things, your brain is going to go back into your memory, right? Your brain is the best computer, better than all the IBMs and all the things out here, right? But your brain is going to go back into that memory and find evidence of whatever you tell it, right? So that is our brain's job. And one of the reasons why we are doing what we're doing is to break the pattern, is to disrupt the pattern and to create habits that are going to positively propel you into a different mindset. All right. I don't want to get into that's a whole nother thing, but I want to get into this word for today. All right. And once again, words are powerful. Here's the lesson for today. When I clean my house for a special event, let's see if this resonates with you. I become discouraged because I think guests won't notice what I clean, only what I don't clean. I'm guilty of that too. This brings to mind a larger philosophical and spiritual question. Why do humans more quickly see what's wrong than what's right? But when I realize I am the same way with God, I tend to focus on what He's done, what He hasn't done, rather than on what He has. I focus on what I don't have rather than on what I have. I focus on the situations that He has not resolved rather than on the many that He has. And we are all guilty of sinking into and taking notice of the negative things more than the positive, right? And we're like that, right? If a person walks in with wears white, 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 and one day they wear black, you take notice of something that's different, and that's just a human mind, a human frailties. All right. The book of Job reminds me that the Lord doesn't like this situation any more than I do. After years of experiencing prosperity, Job suffered a series of disasters. Suddenly, those became the focus of his life and conversations, right? Watch your conversations, watch your circle. All right. Finally, God intervened and reminded Job of his sovereignty and of everything Job didn't know and hadn't seen. Right. So whatever we start focusing on, whenever we start focusing on the negative, let's stop. Consider the life of Job and notice all the wonders God has done and continues to do. All right. So I like that part where it says if you start focusing on the negative, stop. Right. And a lot of this practice hinges on being aware, having an awareness of your thoughts, having an awareness of the thoughts that you're thinking what you're thinking, right? And not sinking deeper into the abyss of negative thoughts. Because what the brain is doing, it is helping you form patterns. And we want to quickly break those patterns and come back to what God says. What are our promises? What does God say about our situation, right? How can we find the glimmers, right? How can we find the positive aspects of the situations that's going on? Even if it may not seem at the time to be the best situation for us, in everything give thanks, right? The word tells us in everything, not because of everything, right? I'm not happy about that, but in all things I give thanks because at the end of the day, his thoughts for me are to prosper me, right? Is for me to have good and not evil, right? All right, so God is constantly, and once again, as we've been saying all week, God is sovereign. He sits high and he looks low, and he is protecting us when we don't even know it, right? He's dispatching angels around us, even when we're not even aware. Okay? So stop and take notice of all the wonders God has done and continues to do. So I want to invite you to grab your paper, if you're writing in a journal, I'm going to have to collect all these little stickies. But if you are writing on a sticky, I'm going to invite you to write down what resonates with you in the form of an affirmation. I am, right? Something that focuses on, and that's going to empower you during the day. I am taking notice of all the wonders God has done. I'm taking notice of all the wonders God has done and continues to do. I am taking notice of all the wonders, right? And it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be big wonders. Like you got a parking spot, you got a seat on the train, you got favor with your employer. The favors of God are all around us, right? And so we give thanks for all the wonders God has done. And if we have gratitude for the things and take notice of the things that he does, it makes things that we don't have seem minor. Okay? All the wonders God has done and continues to do. This long one for me on the sticky. Okay? So I am taking notice of all the wonders, the birds in the sky, the clouds, the air being clean, but having water to drink. So miraculous, right? He said, who are you? Where were you when I formed the world? Right? And your little problems. I'll sit down somewhere. All right, so let's get moving, guys. We're already a little behind. I'll just enjoy this word and let's start moving. All right. If you are already standing, we're moving our arms and our legs at the same time. I'm going to give you some prompts and words that you can use to visualize and have imagery towards the wonders of God. Okay, let's move. March it out. And I invite you that you have your own freestyle. Go for it. Okay? We're moving the arms and the legs at the same time. Good. Hey, march it out. Lift the arms up. Breathe in. Stretch it up and release. We're releasing complaining, right? We're releasing all the things that we can't control. Breathe it in. And we're breathing in all the wonders of God. And release. Last time is raise the arms up. Keep the arms there. And we're going to stretch. Lifting the torso. Lift. Stretching the obliques, right? We're lifting. If you're sitting in a chair, that means you're lifting the hips as you stretch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Punch the air. Punch. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Bring the arms down. All right, let's bring the shoulders around. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Other way and forward. And 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Make open the chest, arms open. Push the chest out. Bring that chest up. Open the heart. Speak your affirmation. Take notice of all the wonders God has done and continues to do. Okay, let's push it. Good. Push it back and open. Push it back and open. And if you're sitting at your desk doing a replay, make sure you're moving your body at least for 7 minutes. Good. Push it back. Good. All right. Let's twist. Let's twist this core, holding it in. Okay. Stabilizing the core. Okay. Good. Turn. 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 Good. Ready? You're gonna ready. Double time it. Ready? Double time. Hold that core in. Hold that belly in. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. Just hold in that core. Good. And dip that. Dip it. Dip it. Undercut. Doing that undercut. Undercut. And a dip. Good. Excellent. Good. All right. Let's get these hips. Work those hips. Work them around. If your hip, throw the hip to the side. Throw it to the side. Throw that hip to the side. Whoop. Other side. Lift the hips. Throw that hip to the side. Let's go in a circle. All right. All right. We wanted to go to that again. Up. Good. Come on. Oh, the whole torso. Let's get it. Good. Remember, we were moving the feet and roll and roll. 3, 4. Other way. Up. Dipping up, bringing that chest around. Belly in. Hips in a circle. Good. All right. Then push it forward. Push it forward. Hips go back. Hips come in. Feel a stretch in the lower, in the back. Forward and back. All right. I think that's about 7 minutes. I could keep going. It's beautiful. All right. Let's go. Okay. Let's bring back. Bring it back. All right. Ooh, that's awesome. Okay, so today we are taking notice of all the wonders God has done, right? Breathing in one more time, centering in our thoughts, right? A hand on the chest, on the heart, and a hand on the belly. and giving kind awareness to what you want to release, right? What do you need to release? What are you noticing that's wrong, that you keep replaying? You keep replaying this thing, and you need to let it go and allow God to work that out, right? What is it that you need to release? And what do you want to replace that with? As you release, you need to replace it with something else that serves you, right? You're reclaiming the peace of God, right? Recognizing that His sovereignty is going to take you where, man can't go, right? The peace that gives that no man can understand. I want that. That's what I want. You can have all the other stuff. Just give me my peace. Give me peace, and I can work out the rest, right? A mind and a heart that loves God and loves His people, and to be creative, right? Creativity equals curiosity, and I want to remain curious. Lord, what else do you have for me? Right? If that's not for me, God, what is for me? Let's, you know. All right. So happy Friday once again. God's will, I'll see you again on Monday. I know we're off on Monday for King Day, but I'll try to come on that day. If not, then I'll post a recording. And if you're interested in more of the movement, doing the movement, I'm hosting a 5-session mindful movement classes at the Old Salon. The classes are only $20 for each session. If you're interested, just email the word movement to info@bodyflowmovement.com. Feel free to join the community, because after this 30 days, we won't be on Facebook, right? We'll continue on YouTube. So if you join us on YouTube, where all the videos live, subscribe there, and drop a word in the comments for what resonates with you. If you're interested in doing more movement and want to see more movement via YouTube, certainly find us there on YouTube, and I'll be doing more movement recordings as well. All right, well, take the peace of God with you today, and be blessed. Be blessed. God is, He's here, right? All right, and take notice of His many blessings. All right, be blessed once again. Have an amazing day and have an amazing weekend.